What you resist remains. Show me a mentally healthy person, and I will cure him for you. Loneliness is not caused by the absence of people around, but by the inability to talk with people about what seems important to you, or the unacceptability of your views to others. When you are not aware of what is happening inside you, on the outside it seems like fate. The great achievement of the individual is an act of the highest courage, turning one's face to life. This is how the complete affirmation of everything that makes up the essence of the personality takes place. This is how successful adaptation to the universal foundations of being is carried out with the maximum possible freedom of self-determination. Everything that irritates in others can lead to an understanding of oneself. The heaviest burden that falls on the shoulders of a child is the unlived life of his parents. Man is an animal that has gone mad. There are two ways out of this madness. He needs to become an animal again, or become more than a man. Follow that will and that path which experience confirms as your own, that is, as the true expression of your own individuality. Do not hold back the one who leaves you. Otherwise, the one who comes to you will not come. Sometimes the hands solve a riddle against which the intellect is powerless. A healthy person does not mock others. The tormentor becomes the one who endured the torment. The lack of meaning in life plays a critical role in the etiology of neurosis. Ultimately, neurosis should be understood as the suffering of the soul, not finding its meaning. I am not what happened to me. I am what I decided to become. Sleep is a hidden little door that leads to the most hidden and hidden corners of the soul and opens into the cosmic night. It must not be overlooked that the false neurotic ways become ingrained habits, and that, despite all understanding, they do not disappear until they are replaced by other habits, which can only be acquired through training. This work can only be done through one's own upbringing. The patient must be transferred in the full sense of the word to other paths, which can only be carried out if he has a corresponding desire of his own. Your vision will become clear only when you can see into your own soul. At the root of all mental illness is an unwillingness to experience deserved suffering. Children learn from the example of an adult, not from his words. Any kind of addiction is bad, be it addiction to alcohol, drugs, or idealism. The sad truth is that human life consists of a complex of inexorable opposites day and night, birth and death, happiness and suffering, good and evil. We are not even sure that one will prevail over the other, that good will triumph over evil, or joy over pain. Life is a battlefield. It has always existed and will always exist. If it were not so, life would come to an end. If heroism becomes chronic, then it ends in a spasm, and a spasm leads to a catastrophe or a neurosis, or both. Love is not crazy. Is the word mind appropriate here at all? This is both light and darkness, the end and edge of which will never be. And no one can escape this mysterious power. Knowing the darkness within yourself is the best way to deal with the darkness in others. If you want to change something in a child, we must first find out if it would not be better to change something in ourselves. The facts are always discovered first, not theories. Theory develops, among other things, in the course of discussion. People will do everything they can, no matter how absurd, to avoid coming face to face with their soul. The meeting of two people is the meeting of two chemical elements. The reaction may not occur, but if it does, both change. You are a gifted person. It does not mean that you have received something. It means that you can give something. Being normal is the ideal for the underdog, for all those who have not yet managed to rise to the level of general requirements. But for those whose abilities are much higher than average, for whom it was not difficult to achieve success by doing their share of worldly work, for such people, the framework of the norm means a Procrustean bed, unbearable boredom, hellish hopelessness, and hopelessness. As a result, many become neurotic because they are simply normal, while others become neurotic because they cannot become normal. A healthy person may have deviations that may seem like a mental illness to mediocrity, or simply indicate a level of development that exceeds her own level. Your visions will become clear only when you can look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks into himself awakens. A symbol always contains more than its obvious and immediate meaning. Everyone is separated from each other by mysteries, and deceptive bridges of opinions and illusions lead across the abysses between people instead of a solid bridge of recognition. Many crises in our lives have a long unconscious history. We go through it step by step, unaware of the danger that is accumulated. But what we consciously try not to notice is often captured by our unconscious, which transmits information in the form of dreams. Do you believe in God? I don't believe, I know. Thank you for your development. What quote would you share with your friends? Tell about it in the comments. Subscribe and watch our other videos.